You've tried budgeting, you've failed. And it's not your fault, it's the method. Let's be real for a second. If you're watching this video, there's a good chance you've tried to budget before. You sat down, you ran the numbers, you felt motivated. And somewhere between week 2 and week 3, it all fell apart. And here's the thing most financial gurus won't admit. That's incredibly common. Studies show that the majority of people who start a budget abandon it within 60 days. Not because they're lazy, not because they don't care about money, but because the budgeting method they were taught was designed to fail them. Today, I'm going to show you why your budget keeps breaking down and, more importantly, what actually works. If you stay until the end, you'll have a system you can start using this week. Section 1. The real reason budgets fail. Most people think budgeting failure comes down to willpower. They tell themselves, I just need more discipline. But willpower is a finite resource. It depletes, and a system that relies entirely on willpower is a system built on sand. Here are the 3 most common reasons budgets fall apart. Reason number 1, they're too rigid. The traditional line item budget assumes your life is perfectly predictable. It says you'll spend exactly $200 on groceries, $50 on gas, and nothing unexpected will ever happen. But life doesn't work that way. One car repair and the whole system collapses. Reason number 2, they create shame instead of awareness. When you go over budget, most people respond by feeling like a failure, and then they abandon the whole plan entirely. This is what psychologists call the what the heck effect. You break a rule once, you feel guilty, and then you decide the whole thing is ruined. A budget should give you information, not judgment. Reason number 3, they ignore human behavior. We're emotional spenders. We buy things when we're stressed, bored, happy, or social. A budget that doesn't account for the emotional dimension of spending will always be overrun by it. Section 2. The framework that actually works. So what's the alternative? I want to walk you through a framework I call the flexible foundation system. It has 3 parts. Part 1, the 50/30/20 rule, but with a twist. You've probably heard of the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your take-home pay goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings or debt payoff. It's a solid starting point. But the twist is this: instead of tracking every dollar, you automate the 20% first. The moment your paycheck hits, you move that 20% out before you can touch it. What's left is what you actually get to work with. This removes the friction of decision-making every month. The savings happen automatically. The rest flows naturally. Part 2, envelope categories, digital or physical. Instead of 100 different budget lines, you simplify into just 5 spending buckets: housing, transportation, food, personal, and flex. That's it. The flex category is where the magic lives. It's money you can spend however you want without guilt, because you've already taken care of the non-negotiables. Tools like the financial planner tool linked in the description below make this incredibly easy to set up and track in minutes. Part 3, a weekly money check-in, not a monthly guilt session. Here's where most people go wrong. They set a monthly budget, don't look at it for 30 days, and then feel terrible when they're over. Instead, set a 5-minute weekly money date with yourself. Every Sunday, open your banking app or your planner and ask, how did this week go? Where did I overspend? What does next week need? 5 minutes a week is sustainable. Monthly reviews after the damage is done are not. Section 3, income matters too. Now let's talk about something most budgeting content skips: your income ceiling. No budget can save you if your income isn't enough. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. If you're spending 90% of what you earn on necessities alone, the problem isn't your budget. The problem is the gap between what you earn and what life costs. So here's the dual mandate. You build better budgeting habits and you work to close the income gap. That might mean asking for a raise. It might mean starting a side hustle. It might mean developing a new skill that unlocks a higher-paying job. A book like The Total Money Makeover, linked in the description, gives you a complete roadmap for both cutting expenses and attacking the income problem head-on. The point is, budgeting is a tool, not a miracle. The best budget in the world still needs enough money flowing into it. Section 4. The psychological edge. Let's go one layer deeper. Because even with the right framework, most people still struggle, and it comes down to one thing: their relationship with money. People who grew up in households where money was scarce often carry a scarcity mindset into adulthood. Every purchase feels dangerous. Every expense triggers anxiety. And that anxiety leads to one of two extremes: obsessive control that exhausts you, or total avoidance that lets things spiral. Neither extreme helps you build wealth. What helps is developing what I call financial awareness without emotional attachment. You check your numbers not to judge yourself, but to navigate. Like a pilot reading gauges, not to feel shame about altitude, but to make adjustments. This is one of the core psychological shifts covered in Money, Master the Game, one of the most powerful books on the wealth-building mindset. Grab a copy using the link in the description. Section 5. Your action plan. Here's what I want you to do this week. Step 1. Pull up last month's bank statements. Don't judge, just categorize. What are your 5 biggest spending areas? That's your baseline. Step 2. Calculate your 20% savings target. If you take home $3,000 a month, that's $600. Set up an automatic transfer for that amount on payday. Step 3. Create your 5 spending buckets using a tool like the financial planner in the description. Assign a realistic number to each one based on what you actually spent, not what you wish you spent. Step 4. Schedule your first Sunday money check-in. Put it in your phone. Treat it like an appointment. That's your week 1 foundation. Consistent execution over 4 weeks will change your financial habits permanently. Wrapping it up, you haven't been failing at budgets because you're bad with money. You've been failing because the old methods weren't built for real life. The flexible foundation system works because it meets you where you are, not where a spreadsheet thinks you should be. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of the 3 failure reasons we covered hit closest to home for you? I'd love to know. That's Wealth Mode. If this video was helpful, please click the subscribe button and then like and share with your family and friends.